The way that I structured my workout grew my glutes so much. And I'm here to tell you those secrets. Listen to me now. The way that you structure your glute exercises, your glute workout will make a huge difference. Now, this past year, my glutes have grown so much, and that's because I took the time and effort to figure out the best way to structure your workouts. Background, I am a personal trainer. I am an online fitness coach, so I do write programs, but this one specifically, I personally did because I wanted to grow my glutes this past year. So I'm here to share those secrets. Let's get into it right away so we waste no time. All right? All right. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few chapters over here, so skip ahead if you want to skip ahead, but honestly, I'd recommend just watching it all through so you don't miss out any of the secret tips and anything that you might need to know. All right, so the first few things that I want to talk about before we actually get into structuring that workout is a few things that I think are super important. One is progressive overload. Progressive overload literally means that you are always trying to improve or be better than what you did last week or that last workout. That way you're always improving. If you continue to do bicep curls, for example, with 10 pounds, 4 sets of 10 for the rest of your life, there's not going to be much growth happening. You are wanting to slightly increase either the reps or the weight. The way that I program this is I will give a rep range. For example, you're doing RDLs, and I give you a rep range from 8 to 10. If you are hitting the 10 reps every single set, that means it is time to up the weight. You should be hitting around 9, around 8 in that rep range, and that's the good working weight. If you're hitting lower than that, then that means you probably need to drop the weight down. Now, week 1, you might hit 50 pounds and you might do 8 reps for all the sets. Week 2, you might do 50 pounds and you might be able to do 9 reps. So that means you're improving. Week 3, you'll do 50 pounds, but you'll do 10 reps. So you are improving. Week 4, you know that you hit 10 reps last week. You might want to up the weight. Does that make sense? So that is progressive overload, and that is just allowing your muscles to improve and to grow. That is me explaining it in the most simplest terms, okay? The next thing that I always suggest is to change your program. You do not want to be doing the same thing every single week. And with progressive overload, you wouldn't be doing the same thing every single week. But changing some exercises up, changing the variations. For example, hip thrusts. You might not be doing, I don't know, a lot of reps. You might change it to a shorter amount of reps. Or you might change the variation of it. You might be doing cast hip thrusts. Or you might be doing B-stance hip thrusts. Changing things up, changing your program is always, always going to benefit you. Now, you want to make sure that you do the workout program for an actual decent amount of time. For example, the way that I program my clients is that I give them blocks, and every block consists of 4 weeks. And in that 4 weeks, the exercises stay the same. You're just looking for progressive overload. Then after that block is done, I change up the workout. I change out the exercises, I fill in the gaps, I figure out what is needed for you, and then I make you a new workout. So, takeaways: progressive overload and changing your program, your workout routine. I'm no joke. In between filming, I am over here in front of the fan. It is so freaking hot right now. Now, this is the way that I structured my glute workouts. So it might be a little bit different than what you've heard before, but it's worked for me. So that is why I'm sharing it. So grab a piece of paper or grab your notes and write these down, okay? Okay. First and foremost, I personally believe and I think that
the most growth that happens for your muscles is when you mix strength training and hypertrophy training together.
strength training is when you kind of when you go really heavy, but for a lower amount of reps. Hypertrophy training is like when you train to failure, when you hit that like 8 to 12 rep range, drop sets and whatnot. I am a power lifter, so I do a lot of strength training, but I also add in a little bit of hypertrophy training because I do want to grow certain parts of my body. First things first, I would always say to start with a strength training exercise. For me specifically, it would either be squats or deadlifts. These ones are compound movements because they use multiple different muscle groups and they will fatigue you very, very fast. But for those, I do not do anything over the rep range of 5. So I keep the rep range quite low, but the weight load is very heavy. I also want to mention that when I was training glutes, I actually trained glutes with my legs around 2 to 3 times a week, but different parts of the glutes and the legs, if that makes sense. So Monday would be my quads and glutes day, and Friday would be my hammies and glutes day. And then when I did it for 3 days a week, I did Wednesday, but a little bit of just solely isolating the glutes. Okay. All right, next thing. So first thing was compound movements, heavy compound movements, strength training. Got it? Okay. Next exercise would be something to work your glutes in the shortened position. So that would be something like hip thrusts and any variation of hip thrusts. Hip thrusts are just perfect for building those glutes. There is so many different variations. There is hip thrusts, there's banded hip thrusts. There are cast glute bridges. There are B stands. What else is there? There's dumbbell. There's Smith machine. There's so many ways to do this, but overall, just anything in that shortened position. Okay? Written it down? Next one. All right, this is when it gets a little bit trickier. Personally, I either would work it in the lengthened position or a lunge variation, depending on what day it is. The lengthened position, it would be on my hamstring day, my deadlift day, and the lunge positioning would be on my quads focus day. Lengthened positions would be anything like RDLs, any RDL variation. That could be dumbbells, that could be Smith machine, that could be barbell. You know what I mean, okay? Now, the lunge variation, this could be your deficit lunges. This could be your Smith machine. This could be your walking lunges. This could be Bulgarian split squats. Oh, I almost forgot about them. Those are amazing. Those, incredible. Now, you can dive deeper into any of these movements because, for example, like Bulgarian split squats, there are ways for you to work more quad dominant Bulgarian split squats. But obviously, if you're looking to build the glutes, you are looking to go into the glute dominant Bulgarian split squats. A little bit different in the way you set up, a little bit different on the way that you perform the exercise. So if you need any help with that, let me know in the comments below and I will maybe post a video to let you all know. Okay, same thing goes for your lengthened positioning. You could do RDLs and be targeting mostly your hamstrings. You could be doing RDLs and you could be mostly targeting your glutes. It's all the way you set up and perform the exercise. After that, I would go into somewhat, you might have heard this, like your burnout or more of a very small isolating movement. And for me, those would look like cable kickbacks or your back extension, holding a plate, but glute bias back extension. So that's more rounded back, more focusing on your glutes. All right, so that is how I would structure my glute workout if I wanted to grow my glutes. All right, I did want to mention one other thing. You want to be eating enough. You want to be eating the right foods so that your glutes will grow, so that your glutes will grow. You want to be eating at a maintenance level or even a surplus. Surplus will definitely grow with those glutes a lot faster, but I like to stay at a maintenance level and making sure that you have enough protein, okay? You could be working out so hard in the gym, but you need that protein, you need that food to go in there and actually recover and repair those muscles so that they can get bigger. Does that make sense? So definitely eat your food, especially your protein. Okay? I hope all this made sense. I hope that you understood what I meant. I hope that you gained some knowledge from me. If you do need help programming workouts, please let me know. You can fill out my one-on-one application below for coaching. I'm not here to promote my coaching or anything, but if you are looking for an online coach, you can apply below. But honestly, the main part of this video was just to let you know how I achieved a bigger butt. All right, I think I have covered everything that is important, but if you have any questions or you think I missed anything or anything like that, please drop any questions in the comments below because I am more than happy to help. As always, I appreciate you so much for viewing, for liking, for subscribing, however way that you choose to support me, even if that means using my code or just following along. I truly appreciate you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.